Donald Trump just announced additional tariffs that he will use for aluminum and steel. Now, the whole point is to create tariffs that are so expensive that there will be manufacturers who produce aluminum and steel here in the United States as opposed to importing it from other countries. Now, the tariff will basically be 25% for steel, 10% for aluminum. And as soon as he announced that, the stock market did experience a little bit of a downgrade. So for instance, the Dow dropped 500 points. The Dow Industrial Average traded 488 points lower after rising more than 100 points earlier in the day. And also the S&P 500 declined 1.6%, erasing its year-to-date gains. So the stock market immediately responded and reacted to it. Now, for those who might think that China is going to be hit the hardest by these tariffs, that is not the case. When it comes to steel, for instance, we're actually going to probably anger some of our biggest allies: Canada, Brazil, South Korea. Mexico's on that list, although I don't know if Mexico's really our biggest ally at this point.
Through no fault of their own.
Right.
Okay, so this is another complicated issue.
Yes.
So there's different ways to protect our industries, and a lot of the other countries do things that are unfair. And so whether it's China manipulating their currency, other governments propping up their companies in a way that creates so much. It's not that it creates competition that's natural. It creates unnatural competition and drives prices down until it bankrupts our companies, and then they drive the prices up. So you can take, I think, smart action on it, although it is not easy. These are nuanced issues.
Yes.
So what does Trump do instead? No nuance, tariffs, okay? And when you do tariffs, it also drives prices up here in America. So it might have some positive ramifications for people who work in the steel industry, although I'm not positive about that either. Again, there's a lot of nuance here, but it's gonna have some negative ramifications for all the other industries which use steel and aluminum, which now all of their costs have gone up, which they will then pass on to us.
So for instance, the car industry, the automobile industry. So Ford Motor Company noticed that its stock prices dipped considerably after this announcement, and it's because they import steel from other countries. And what do you think they're gonna do? You think they're just gonna absorb those costs? No, they're gonna pass it down to you. So yes, I agree, it's an incredibly nuanced issue. And there is the upside of possibly pushing for the manufacturing of products here in the United States rather than importing it. But there are also people who might lose their jobs because of this, right? If companies need to cut costs in order to absorb some of those tariffs, then they're gonna do it. I mean, they're gonna look after their bottom line. So we'll see how this plays out. It was just announced, and by the way, he hasn't given any real details yet. So the details are expected to be announced next week.
So when they asked him, why'd you do it? Mr. Nuance, are you ready? Buckle up. He said, because without steel and aluminum, your country's not the same. We need it. What does that mean?
Well, I think what it means is, look, there have been people in his ear about how this is a national security issue because that steel is necessary to build the weapons for our Defense Department, right? And so the people who support these high tariffs did something incredibly clever. They started running ads during the cable news shows that Trump watches. And it's been working since June. According to the New York Times, Trump has been eager to announce these types of tariffs. And on 8 separate occasions, his advisors told him, we need to think about this a little more before you do it. And finally, he became impatient and just decided today, I'm doing this.
And to be fair to Trump, he promised it during the campaign.
He did, yeah.
Right or wrong, sound policy or not, he promised it during the campaign. And so on this one, he is doing what he promised. On many of the other issues, he didn't. The carrier didn't actually keep the jobs here. So he has proposed to cut Medicare and Medicaid, which he said he wouldn't cut. I can go on and on and on. But he promised tariffs, and he's giving you tariffs. So be careful what you wish for.